So yeah, so I just think that I can't really push, I can't really like nudge this pain away. I can't. I've got this like machine, this like.
The pain started with your hip.
Yep.
What happens sometimes when people tend to like fall a bit inside with the knee,
Yep.
or tend to cross over,
Yep.
so place your feet directly in front of each other.
Yep.
You overload your IPB, and
Yep.
that mostly happens during running. So it's also called the runner's knee.
Yep.
What can you do about it? In my expertise, the thing that works best is
Please don't say
your
rest.
hip.
Please don't say that he needs to rest.
Because then you have to run.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Mentally, I think I was just starting to sort of probably realise the magnitude of this all, but also realise that I've still got over 30 odd days left. Like this is just the beginning, and I was probably starting to worry at that point how bad it was going to take, the toll it would take on my body.
Running low on the borderlines, and you tell me that you're doing fine. Morning color lights the hall, pulls you right on through the door. So hold on to all that feeds your soul.
Hi, my name is Leendert Coene. I'm founder of Project Africa FC, and this is our documentary.
Wait, am I looking at you or the camera for this bit? My name's Max Keynes. I'm the founder, big boss of Project Africa, and this is all about me. So me and Elle met in 2016, I think, in Ghana. We were both out there, heartbroken young men. I think we were coaching football, teaching in like orphanages and schools out there, and then we just had this common interest in football. And I think Elle was only there for maybe 3 weeks, but in them 3 weeks, I think we built up a bond that has lasted, will probably last a lifetime.
Project Africa FC is a charity that we set up a few years ago, where we built grass football pitches in different communities in Africa, because we want to give back to those young children, and we want to give them the opportunity to play on grass pitches like we do and on rock solid gravel pitches.
Especially where we were coaching, it was gravel, there were stones, there was rocks. Kids were injuring themselves every session we were playing. We felt unsafe coaching them, and it was probably at that moment that we realised that if we were going to help, then it would be to give back and to make football as enjoyable but also a safer environment for the communities. I wanted to do something quite unique in terms of fundraising. Obviously, everyone perfectly well does marathons, does a lot of running, but I wanted to do something that sort of aligns with the charity, and the charity being something that builds football pitches. I thought it was only right to try to run to every Premier League football club. Here. I tell you what, actually, just something we can do. Oh yeah, go and brush your teeth, and then when you come down, let's get all of the stuff in here.
That's what I wanted to do as well.
And then obviously not blocking the door or anything, but in here, and we'll put everything that we're going to put in first at the front, so we know exactly, so we can just get it all in. So the big things, boot, and anything that we think we're going to put on our laps here, and then we can.
Well, we arrived in London. We need to go to Max's place in Margate, which is next to the sea, so a seaside village. Never been there. It's quite nice. And then we needed to fit all of our stuff into the car that was bringing us to Ipswich where we get the van. So it was hard work to get everything in that very small car of Billy's.
And then no.
This one there?
Yeah. Go on. Yeah. Put that there. Yeah. I wonder if we can put this.
And then we're off to Newcastle.
Newcastle, baby. Oh, and if it's magnetic, it won't scratch anything.
No.
So I wonder. Yeah, but I wonder if it's going to fit. Let's just check, shall we? So I remember very, very vividly getting to Ipswich, which is where we picked up the van. The guy who was lending it to us, Rodney, showed us around, and I think that was the first time I'd seen photos of it and I'd seen videos, but seeing it for the first time and realising that this was going to be our home for the next 35 days was eye-opening. A little bit smaller than I anticipated.
Well, but that's it's a two-man tent, but I think it's a small man two-man tent. So what will happen is you will be very warm in it.
That first start of a run, I think that the adrenaline that was going through my body was probably more than I've ever had. The magnitude of what we were about to do was starting to set in.
I'm gonna hold you all through the night. Oh, lay your head on my chest, baby, and close your eyes. I'm gonna love you till I run out of time, baby. Oh, I'll always be yours if you'll always be mine.
It's not that cold anymore now, is it?
So cold.
About 20 meters.
What do you mean you forgot to tell?
Before I left.
You took one. Just before you left, you took one. Yeah, in the chair. I saw you do it. You emptied it just
Oh
before.
yeah. But I mean, I didn't take one.
Oh, no.
'Cause you're like after every hour. I didn't take one.
Okay, you got here. Let me just give this to you. Yeah. Take it off.
Oh, wait.
So you didn't drink enough here.
So I remember day one. I was running down. Can't remember the A road, but whatever A road connects Newcastle to Burnley. And I actually remember thinking, I think I was half a day in, and I actually remember thinking, this actually isn't too bad, you know. Like I'm cruising right now. I remember a couple of my mates video called me on the day, And I remember speaking to one of them, and I was like, this is actually fine. I've done like 11 miles, easy, body feels good. And then even at the end of that day, I was like, do you know what, this might not be too bad. Slept, woke up, started running the next day. And I remember instantly getting a pain going down my leg into my knee, which I had no idea what it was. I just assumed I don't know, twisted my knee a little bit. And that's when I realised this is going to be maybe the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. Like, it was the most excruciating pain I've ever been in, and knowing that this pain probably isn't going to go away for another 34 days. I couldn't really comprehend how I was going to do it. I think there was probably moments where I was like, I might have to finish this after 2 days. I had no idea what I was going to do. And yeah, it was an eye-opener, because I didn't think I was going to have an injury after 2 days, but yeah, it was just something that I had to sort of manage from that day onwards, really.
You need to loosen that part to have this part better. So
Oh, that hurts so much.
How much more do you need to run today, Max?
How much more do I need to run today?
23 minus 8, so no, 24 was it, right?
Yeah,
23.
24. Or,
Oh, it's
on my
23.
thing it said 24.
Yeah. So about 15, 16 miles.
Alright, so next up, let's talk about the dream team. This is it literally is the dream team. These guys were insane.
How are you?
How long got left?
4.7
4.7 left.
miles.
Fine.
Why are you standing still? Are you
So
hurt?
just had a rush, just briefly.
Oh, okay.
Just stop there for like 2 minutes.
Alright.
Fine. Yeah, cool. Go.
How are you feeling?
Yeah, all good.
Alright?
In a bit.
I remember Max feeling like a pain in his knee already after, I think, second day. which was a bit worrying because that was the time I was like, are we going to get this thing done? Are we going to be able to finish if this is the pain he's feeling in day 2 already? So, yeah.
A constant pain.
We had a call with
when I tried to
Orba's
run. I can walk on
future
it.
sister-in-law, who was a physio, and I remember instantly her telling me that I've probably got some sort of IT band issue where it's too tight, and yeah, very, very lovingly she gave me a load of stretches and things to do that will sort of just ease it. So it wasn't my knee that was the actual issue, it was the IT band that went from my hip to my knee, which just meant that I knew I needed to stretch out my hips and do a lot more mobility stuff. Yeah, helped massively.
Here, baby.
That last 8 miles to get to Turf Moor, I remember it being torrential rain. It was like absolutely pouring down. I was soaked to the core. No waterproof jacket could have kept me dry. And I just remember it taking me hours just to get there. And I remember Orba and Elle being at Turf Moor, obviously super excited. This is our first stadium. We're taking photos and videos inside the stadium. And I just remember thinking, I just want to get in here, take a photo, and just get out. Like I had no care or excitement to be there. It was just a matter of like laying down and resting my leg.
So that's not enough for that IT band. Oh, right, let's just get on the road.
Well, stretching is very important.
Yeah, brother, I've had that massage guy, that thing on.
Yeah, but still. What's the thing that Anik said? If you stand up, I
Laying
think.
on your side and then doing that.
Oh yeah, true. Roll on your side. Ooh, look at this. Do you stretch before and after football game? Practices.
A little bit, not much.
If I look at you stretching, I think you never stretched before in your life.
I'm very
Oh, what's this?
what's the opposite of flexible? Stiff. Very stiff.
Thing where the water comes out. Is it in hot? Oh. Sorry if your bag is going on it. Yeah, I'll try to charge it. So we came this way and we went left.
Yep.
See this one? You just go that way.
Okay, straight down there,
Yeah.
yeah? Right, see you in a bit, guys. around there. All right. In a bit. In a bit.
So, I remember the run from Liverpool to Manchester as a 2-day run. I think was the worst 2-day hit of the whole thing. I remember the pain from my knee sort of went down to my ankle. I don't know what happened, but my ankle was it was swollen beyond. I've never seen my ankle that swollen, and I've had ankle injuries my whole life. I was thinking that, but again, it's there as well. Time-wise, I think just
Yeah, but you can even just like walk along where we are, and I'll give you the things that you need. So and then you can just don't stop. That's 4.6 miles from where we are right now.
and then that leaves 3.
That leaves.
I just want to thank my mum, my dad, for giving me fucking baby ankles. Right, later alligators. Bye. Bye.
Whoa. Giant to a maggot, big boss status. Ain't gon' lie, I really wish they would like a cabin. I ain't do no front and get my money on the back end. Yesterday's price ain't today, now we taxing. Way out the fear, ain't no way out for me. They always told me I'm the wave, like I'm way out. And see, I know some real ones turn state, ain't no way I could be. Out here living like a villain, only way up for me. Moving out the purges, I give time if it was worth it. If you coming from my fam, then you know I take it personal. Say that you the GOAT, I asked around, I never heard of you. Rocky road ahead, and there's some things I had to hurt of. Pick a side, pick your poison. Pick a side, pick your poison. Pick a side, pick your poison.
But I think the evening that I finished the Etihad, I think me and Elle came to the conclusion that regardless, we're still going to carry on the run, obviously, but the size of my ankle, the pain that my knee was giving me, I needed to see someone who could kind of give us advice / give us some form of painkiller that could ease the run, make the run a bit easier. And yeah, we went to Manchester Infirmary, and I think after about half an hour they realised that I had shin splints, and that usually people that have shin splints don't run for 10 weeks after they get it, which obviously wasn't. I couldn't take 10 weeks off of this run. So they were unreal. They sort of understood everything that I was doing, and they understood that realistically their advice I couldn't sort of take. So they gave me enough codeine to sort of finish the run, which evidently I think was probably the lifesaver of the whole thing.
Got the feeling in your bones, make you feel right at home. Honey does it well, keep me dancing till I'm dead. 'Cause I could run a mile like this, get over heels, feels like this. The sun has got me on my track,
Okay.
I ain't never looking back.
Not too bad.
Not bad at all.
Deep inside the depths of stone, voice will echo me no phone. Ruled by the laws above, nature shows me, makes me tall. I can climb
Yeah, I think Ben coming at the time he did was a lifesaver because it kind of gave me that sort of morale boost that I think I needed. I think I can't remember what day it was. It was probably like day 12 maybe. It was in that sort of kind of area. And I remember like mentally I was starting to like fatigue quite a lot. And I think just having someone there to talk, even if you're just talking shit, right? But just someone there to just talk and bounce off of. Also, I've got a huge ego, right? So he was jogging at a decent pace and I didn't really want to slow him down. So through the pain, I remember like keeping up with him. There was times that obviously I couldn't, and then obviously him being the guy he is, he'd just stop and we'd sort of walk for a little bit and then jog. But yeah, just having someone to sort of bounce off of whilst running, a new face, as much as like I love El and Orba, like just having someone new there to sort of kind of freshen it up a little bit. Yeah, it was needed.
Everything's gonna be alright. I see that you've been crying. You know I'm always on your side. Oh, oh. Come on, come on, come on, come on and put down all the weight from the dead. Yeah. Come on, go on, go on, go on and tell me what's been blocking you away. Cause I know how it feels when the walls are breaking loose, when it's dark and I don't know what to do. And I look at you, and your life feels up through. And I look at you.
After he's done any football, I would take this.
Do you know, I never get bored coming down here when it's empty.
No, it's beautiful. I love walking.
This is wonderful. I love this stadium, you know.
Wow.
Absolutely.
But then the next day you need to go on the same route again, and I know after a while I couldn't see pavement.
Maybe 18 miles of that half a mile that I had last time. Just cars veering out my way, having to indicate into the other lane just to. Brilliant.
So
I never.
I don't know
even
how
with
we're gonna do that.
even with my knee season up, I don't think I've ever ran so fast.
Very good. Well done. Nice. How are you feeling? Cody's still working?
Yeah, codeine's working for my leg. My feet are a bit in bits at the moment.
Take off your shoes as quickly as possible if you can, because we're fairly wearing.
Yeah, I'm alright, thank you.
Better than this morning?
Much.
Want to do an extra 5 mile?
You couldn't pay me. Just
Uh,
hold it for a second and
yeah.
then I'll be able to just take it off you.
How's the legs?
Fucked. Is an easy way of saying it. Bad. Knee hurts. Ankles hurt. I knew you was going to go for that one.
literally the only one left, non-color one.
Yeah, is it?
So you had the
See,
black one, which was the
You
color
can tell
one.
I like non-collars. And you decided.
Well, you can tell that we need a washing. Doing this.
So what, is they gonna let us in?
Yeah, normally.
Oh, bang it. perfect. We could literally do it absolutely perfectly here if that's okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Perfect.
This
Put this here.
unreal.
Wow. This is one of the nicest that we've been to.
This is, I'd say, yeah, easily.
Wow.
Oh, it's bigger than our. What's the capacity here?
I believe it's 30,000,
around
30,000.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
so.
That's
33,
really nice.
I believe I've seen it once.
Unbelievable.
So let's say 35,000.
Yeah.
40, just say it's 40.
40, yeah.
Right, yeah, let's get these photos.
Yeah.
You got sunglasses?
So the moment I decided to go to Africa for the first time and to go to Ghana and do voluntary work was, I think, the first time in my life I really hit like rock bottom, or how it felt for me. Going through a breakup, switching schools, parents that divorced, and so the first time I really needed to cope with a lot of things. And for me, coping with a lot of things means getting out of my day-to-day routine and just going some places and helping other people. So I think that was basically the reason why I decided to go and do some voluntary work. The upside of it was that I got to meet a lot of nice people doing so, and that the seed of Project Africa FC was planted back then, of course.
At the toughest points of the whole thing, what a lot of people probably don't know is that I probably spoke to my granddad like every day when I was doing my run. Yeah, I probably spoke to him every single day. So I lost my granddad about 7 months before the run itself, which probably was the one time that I thought that the run weren't going to happen. Stopped really doing any training for it, stopped really doing much for it. Yeah, if anyone sort of knows me very well, probably knows that that was probably the saddest moment of my life. But I knew that he wouldn't have wanted that to stop me from doing what I was about to do. So I spoke to him like every single day, and yeah, that was what I just knew that. So the pain that I was going through during the run wasn't even a percentage of the pain that I went through when I lost him. So all of that became sort of null and void. And yeah, I'd speak to him every single day, just letting him know how it's all going. And yeah, it was them little moments that I think sort of pushed me through, I guess. So yeah, that probably answered it, I think.
Well done.
This part went early doors.
You're welcome, last week.
So I think Aston Villa to Luton, I think it was about 4 days long. A long stretch, but I think El's brother, Tiemann, came along for 2 of the days, which again, I think just freshened things up. It was another set of hands that could just help out. It was another voice, it was another conversation. And yeah, he instantly kind of got into it straight away. Helped with cooking, helped with washing up, basically fed me as much as El did through them 2 days. And yeah, it was just pleasant to have, again, kind of like Ben, when I saw Ben, it was just someone to have around that sort of, yeah, it gave you a new lease of life.
is fading fast. From this old town we gotta go. Our bags are packed, so what we waiting for? There's no point in delaying what we both already know. Escape this time.
So the moment we went outside of Luton, just everything went south, I think. We dropped Alba off at the train stations so he could go back to Belgium and Germany to visit his family and to watch the Euros. And I just drove that van to Bournemouth. I think first morning went well, and then we spoke to an old woman with a lot of different ideas than we were used to. And then half an hour later, I think our car was stuck in like bushes and a very, very narrow path. So scratches all alongside the van. And then 2 hours later, I needed to stop to make lunch for Max, and I felt the brakes just didn't work. So no brakes on that van, and that was just terrible. After a while, we were able to get the van to the garage, and we decided to just pack our bags and walk the rest of the evening, just to make sure that we did as much miles as possible, because we couldn't really afford to lose some time to get to Bournemouth.
Escape this time with me. Escape this time with me.
Laundry day today. Let's do this.
Finally some new shirts. He was smelly and out of shirts. So we can make a good entrance in Bournemouth tomorrow. So the last couple of days have been quite hectic. So all the lifters, you.
Sorry.
And then we left Luton. We spoke to a woman that put a spell on us somehow. Because after we spoke to her, everything went south. Car broke down. No brakes anymore. Going off of that hill was quite challenging. Max's ankle was fucked as well. Then we walked, I think 10 kilometers in an evening, and then had to drive all the way to London to get our new brakes so that the garage can fix them on Saturday. And then my dad was supposed to come as well, but he forgot his passport, so no sign of him. So we had to do taxis, take taxis, and then 24 hours after the car broke down, it was fixed already, so that's good. And then we were back on the road. We lost a full day, I think, so that was quite challenging. And now we're trying to recover those lost hours of running. So yesterday was a long one as well. Trying to figure out how that will go. But today we finished at 5, so that's good. And we're back on schedule. Tomorrow we will finish in Bournemouth. Probably not getting to the stadium because losers. But I think that's the most important thing. Yeah, finishing Bournemouth, then we'll be the most southern point of this whole trip, and then we're going back up to London. So that's good.
All the way from the north.
All the way from the north to the south, and then we have a first day off as well if everything goes well. So after tomorrow, 25 days of running will be done, and we have a day off on Wednesday. Belgium's playing as well, and on Tuesday evening, England is playing. So that's so that we can enjoy the game. So we've been very, very tired. So I hope the day off will do some wonders, and then we'll feel better, so we can enjoy our trip to London. We'll see.
How are my ankles? Funny question from Daisy. Terrible. Long story cut short, ankles never developed from when I was a child, right? Weak ankles, once, twice a year, ligament damage. in the 23 days we've been running, both my ankles are gone. At some stage, I've had a fat ankle on either foot. So, long and short of it, terrible.
Took the long road getting here. Our hearts were working overtime.
Oh, you!
I think the fog covered up my eyes, 'cause now I finally realize. 'Cause I was weak, you were still. Fireballs when we collide. All this time, now I know how I wanna spend my life. I wanna spend it with you. I wanna spend it.
So after 4 days of running from Bournemouth to Brighton, finally get there, and it was at that point I knew that it was nearly over, because we were running up to London.
The day is breaking softly and the night is glowing true. I feel a million eyes, but I can just see you. No rain, no thunder, it's just your light, your voice. The heaven of our kiss, the wonder of our choice. So breathe, 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 darling, you can make my love your home. Make my love your home.
Yeah, good old.
And please, 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 darling, do. If you can be right, be right. Make my love your home.
The moon is rising somewhere in your eyes. Yes, this is real.
Thank you so much.
My rain will wash your hands. Your fire came to heal. You are dance, the life we'll share. The life we came from shore. I'm shivering, sure I'm scared, but I'm all yours.
So breathe, 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 darling, you can make my love your home. Make my love your home.
I'm about to get. Yeah. Nice. I'm good, but
I had a few mates that wanted to like do the last part with me. I think it was another like 4 miles. But just seeing, I think 12, 13, 14 of my pals. Some of them I haven't seen in a little while. Joined me at Arsenal, and it was just it made that last 4 miles probably the most enjoyable. Because I just got to speak to them. I got to enjoy a run rather than endure it, which I've probably had done for 35 days.
hello. Thank you.
Basically turned right, and then I could see I could see my face, Elle's face, and all of our sort of logos and everything, like all across this humongous screen. And then I could slowly but surely hear friends and family chanting and clapping. And yeah, at that point, it was more relief than anything.
But just a few things. L, where is it? So without L, none of, like, when I say woke me up every morning, made me food every single day. Some of it was lovely, some of it wasn't. Like, done all the logistics for it. Put me on some lovely roads, put me on some not so lovely roads. Absolutely, all the social media, everything. So yeah, without Elle, absolutely, like, this wouldn't have been able to happen. So thank you very, very.
The moment we left that place and I look back on the stadium knowing that would be the last stadium that we'll see was the moment it hit me the most. Like, oh, we did something special. But it was raining so much that I couldn't really enjoy it.
Did it.
You probably learn, doing something like this, you probably learn that, like, it's only different components that make something happen, that not everything's going to go to plan. So asking whether something's a success, something like this, is impossible to answer, because you don't, as a whole, you couldn't answer that, because there's so many different components that went right and there's so many that went wrong. So to put it into one entity is impossible. Everyone that watched it, everyone that followed it would say, of course it was a success. I personally would say that parts of it was and parts of it weren't. But as a whole, it didn't go too bad.
On the road, I've been away for far too long, but now I'm on my way back home. I hear the west winds calling out my name. They're telling me to head your way, down your road and past your gates. Keep your eyes on the horizon. I was looking to belong when I'd already found my home. Won't be long, I'm there before the setting sun, for you to fall into my arms, a place I call my home. I was looking to belong when